If you're in the Lebanese opposition, this is democracy in action.
30 or 40 yards down the street that's barricaded there is the outer cordon for the Lebanese parliament. The demonstrators are absolutely dead set, they've told me, on getting into more and more government buildings to try and demonstrate that the government itself is really a chimera, it is hopeless, it is a sort of joke.
As the cleanup continues after thousands of tons of fertilizer is believed to have blown up and destroyed parts of Beirut, activists are adamant that Lebanon's sectarian system, its dynastic politics, corruption and negligence led to the blast.
We will go to the parliament, we will go to their houses, we will go to each place to get them down. They will go to a place you will not be able to go by to the streets, ever. The killed people is a big thing to us.
Lebanon's parliament, in which 128 seats are shared among Christians, Sunnis, Druze and Shia, under electoral law following the civil war 30 years ago, was dissolved Monday ahead of new elections. But Walid Jumblat, the Druze leader who inherited his role from his father and has arguably benefited from the existing system, is pessimistic that even early elections would bring change.
When I see the protesters, the revolutionary, when I saw them and I see them yesterday, and they want to change Lebanon. They want a new Lebanon. But the obstacles to change a new Lebanon is in this specific point, alliance of minorities and the electoral law. Because you cannot change Lebanon through, let's say, a military coup d'etat. It's impossible.
Close to the epicenter of Tuesday's blast, the Kataib Party's headquarters is in ruins. It's a largely Christian Maronite party. Its Secretary General was killed in the explosion. His bloody handprint still visible. The grandson of the party's founder and son of a former president, nephew of another president who was murdered, Sami Gemayel supports the street protests.
We are all from families that were part of the old Lebanon. This is how the new generation didn't come from nowhere, and it's our duty to do our revolution, our own revolution, each one in his society and the place where he is.
But in Martyrs Square, protesters now include former Lebanese commando leader Colonel Georges Nadar. He wants to see the old guard swept away entirely. That night, it was the protests who were eventually swept away, but not for long. They have plans to harness public anger over the Beirut blast to a more powerful revolutionary rage. Sam Kailee, CNN Beirut.